We're about halfway through the year, so here's a test. In 30 seconds, can you tell me your most profitable service, your cash runway, your average job margin, and which crew is most productive? How about whether you're on track to hit your revenue target for the year? These 5 questions, if you can't answer them, your books are not doing their job. I spent years running a 150-person retail operation across 7 states, $24 million a year in revenue. And for a lot of those years, I thought my books were just something I handed the accountant at tax time. That was one of the most expensive mistakes I made. Your books are not a tax chore. They are an instrument panel for your business. Here's the whole idea in one line. Your book should be telling you more than your tax bill. If the only thing they produce is a number for the government once a year, you're flying the plane with the instruments turned off. So let me give you the 5 questions a good set of books asks you in seconds and how to check yours. Most contractors cannot answer those 5 questions right now, not because they're bad at the work. It's because their books were built to survive tax season, not to run a business. So they find out how the year actually went months later when the account is finally done. By then, the year is over and you can't fix it. That is exactly why you do this now at the halfway mark and not in December. Right now, you still have 6 months to change the answer. If your margin is soft, you could fix your pricing for the second half. If your cash is tight, you can act while it still matters. At year end, all you can do is find out. At halftime, you can still win the game. So let me explain what these 5 questions really measure, because together, they're your instrument panel. Your most profitable service tells you what to sell more of. Your cash runway tells you how many weeks of breathing room you have. Your average job margin tells you if your pricing is holding. Your crew productivity tells you where your labor money is actually going. And your revenue pace tells you whether you will hit your number or need to push. That's 5 questions on one dashboard. Here they are. Now, one honest thing before I show you the answers. A dashboard can only answer these if the data is going in. The receipts tagged to a job, the hours tracked, the estimates entered. The capture is on us, the owners, and the crews we lead. Nobody can hand you the 5 answers if the receipts are still in the truck. But when the capture is happening, the answers are just there, waiting for you every single day. So here's what it looks like when your books are actually working for you. This is the dashboard for one of our demo contractors, and I'm going to answer all 5 questions live right here, around a minute each. Number 1, your most profitable service. Now, I'm not guessing here. I can see my margins on service and repair are the highest. I can also see that my commercial buildouts are lagging behind. This view lags the division side by side. And one more thing to look at, the division making the most money is not always the one generating the most revenue. Here I can see it instead of assuming it. Question 2, your cash runway. The cash forecast shows me how many weeks of runway I have at my current burn rate, not a feeling, a number. That's the difference between a calm Sunday and a panic before payroll on Thursday. Question 3, your average job margin. Right here, gross profit across all my active jobs as a percentage held up against my target of 30%. If I'm under, I find out before I bid the next 10 jobs, not after I've already lost money on them. Question 4, which crew is the most productive? My labor numbers show me the hours by crew and by job, so I can see who's getting the work done and where the hours are really going. This is the payroll report and a gut check in one screen. Question 5, am I on track for my revenue target? The dashboard takes my annual target and what I've already booked and what is in the pipeline and tells me if I'm on pace to hit it or if I need to go sell. 5 questions, about 5 minutes, all from data my crew already captured out in the field. If you want to watch me build this exact scorecard from scratch on a real contractor's numbers, I did a short follow-up walkthrough, all 5. The link is in the description. Now, if you're not using our tools, you can still answer these in QuickBooks. Your profit and loss and a job profitability report can get you most of the way there. It takes more digging, and the crew productivity one is harder without real-time tracking, but the questions are exactly the same. And if you're still on paper and a spreadsheet, I built a simple mid-year worksheet with all 5 questions, where to find each answer by hand. It's not fast, but it works, and it beats not knowing every time. If this is the kind of thing you wish somebody had shown you 5 years ago, hit that like button. It helps another owner find it while they still have half a year to use it. So here's how to run your own mid-year check-in in 3 steps. First, block off 30 minutes on the calendar, not at year end, now. Put it in there like it's a job, because it is. Second, write down your honest answer to all 5 questions from memory. Whatever you cannot answer without digging, that is the gap in your instrument panel, and that is a gap on your list. Third, pick the one weakest answer and fix that system first. Not all 5 at once, the one that scares you the most. That is your project for the second half of the year. And to make it easy, I built a free mid-year business scorecard. You answer the 5 questions with real numbers, and it scores each area from 1 to 10, and it gives you an overall grade and builds you a 90-day action plan for where to focus. It takes about 5 minutes, and the link's in the description. So tell me in the comments, which of the 5 can you answer right now off the top of your head? And which ones have stumped you? Just the numbers, like 1 and 4. I'll read every single comment. Quick thing before I close this one out. This is the last episode of our second run, and we're going to dig deeper into season 3, one tool at a time, into the advanced moves that actually change your numbers. Subscribe so you're here when it drops. And everything I answered on that dashboard, the margins, the cash, the crew, the pace, all of it came from tools your crew already uses out in the field. That is Best Decision Project Tools. Every tool feeding one dashboard, built by a bookkeeper to ease your administrative tasks and to sync with QuickBooks. The current pricing and the details are on the page, and the link's in the description. So if you do one thing after this video, run the mid-year business scorecard I mentioned. It's 5 questions, your real numbers, and a 90-day plan for the second half. The link is in the description. And if you just found this channel, don't start here. Go back to the beginning of this series, because each one of these 5 answers has its own episode. I'll link the first one right here, because your book should be telling you more than your tax bill. That's the whole reason we do this. I will see you next time.